What is going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like the video. I want to talk about Halle Berry. She's making some very disturbing claims about her ex, Gabriel Aubry. That's his name. I'm pretty sure y'all are going to correct me in the comments, but Gabriel is the father of her daughter, and they dated for about 5 years. And they are still going through a rocky custody battle, you know. And by looking at this article, and I'm going to get to it, because there are some really crazy claims in here from Halle. Now, Halle is 53 now. I don't know who she's dating. She was, after him, she was in a relationship with Oliver Martinez. That didn't work out. Now, I guess she's single, dating, single, you know, doing what she's doing, okay? Now, some of these claims are really disturbing, okay? She is claiming not only did he hurl slurs at her and, you know, disrespected her, but also he does not want to claim their daughter as mixed. He wants to say, hey, she's not mixed, okay? Now, this is a guy she was with for 5 years. 5 years she put up with this. A guy who did all these things that she is alleging that he did. So let's get to the article. This is going to Radar Online. Halle claimed her twisted baby's father, Gabriel, ruined her life with his discriminatory ways and his psychological abuse, and claimed that the model carried on a relationship with a family member, his own family member, for years, according to secret court documents newly obtained by Radar Online. Oscar winner Berry made the explosive accusation during the couple's custody battle over their daughter Nyla, and the records were hidden by their judge. No holds barred, Berry claimed that Gabriel used epithets and refused to recognize Nyla as mixed. The 53-year-old actress, who insists that he had carried on a relationship with a family member, and the lasting trauma ruined their private bedroom life. Let me just say this. You was with this guy for 5 years. Do you mean to tell me that you're going to put up with this for 5 years? And from what she's saying, this dude was carrying on this relationship while he was with Halle Berry. So Halle Berry, you were with this guy, okay, for 5 years. You knew he was carrying on this relationship, quote unquote, with one of his own family members, and you stayed with him. Why is that about Halle? Why does he get these chances, all these chances? You know he's doing these things. He's saying what he is saying to you. He's degrading you, and you stay with him, Halle. Again, this is a situation where it makes you look bad. You're trying to make him look bad, but it makes you look bad because you stayed with him for 5 years. After the first 6 months of our relationship, this is according to Halle, our relations diminished, and after 1 year, we had relations less than 3 times per year. They were together for 5 years. Halle testified. According to legal documents in the 2011 case, Gabriel refused to either recognize or accept responsibility for these issues. Of course he's not, Halle, because you were letting him get away with so much. Why would he want to take responsibility? And let me just say this. She's claiming that he was carrying on this relationship with one of the family members, okay, but you stayed with him. Y'all weren't having any the action in the bedroom diminished over the 5 years, but you stayed with him, Halle. You know why? You know what I think it is, though? I think that this was probably a fling that went on far too long. I really truly believe that she wanted it to work more than he wanted it to work. I think she's the one who tried to keep that together. And I think with him, it was whatever. Because you mean to tell me that this guy did all these things to you that you're claiming, Halle, And you stayed with him for 5 years. And you expect people to believe that he's this bad guy. But Halle, you stayed with him, so obviously he wasn't that bad of a guy. The reason why y'all weren't getting it on as much because he probably was bored, Halle. I don't think he was that into you. I think after a little while he was ready to move on. But I think once the daughter was here, the daughter was born, I think he stayed with it. And what's very interesting is that she had the money. She was basically taking care of everything. She was the breadwinner. I believe he also got support from her. I think he got child support from her. And that's why after all these years, they're still in this custody battle, man. I think Halle thinks that this is going to make him look bad. But Halle, this is making you look bad. It's just like Janet Jackson being married to the rich guy from the Middle East and was with him for over 5 years. And she claimed that he would call her out of her name every day. But you stayed with him until you got that, until you got that, until y'all had that baby together. Now all of a sudden you ready to leave. Okay. Instead, he criticized my body in ways which are very demeaning to women. I finally convinced petitioner to go to a joint therapist to address these issues. This isn't a good look for you, Halle. I'm sorry. This ain't a good look for you. Okay. Berry also claimed that Gabriel, one of 9 siblings, told her his relationship with the family member began when he was growing up and bouncing between foster homes. That relationship went on for years until his partner ended it, Berry said in the court documents. Berry also claimed that Aubry had a history of psychological issues, including depression and social anxiety, but refused to seek help, which contributed to the relationship falling apart in 2010. Let me just say this. Even though she's claiming that, he stopped the relationship with the family member, but she's claiming that is what stopped their stop the bedroom action. Okay, so let's say, okay, he stopped the relationship with the other person before he got with Halle. So you mean to tell me that this, he tells you this, and you still want to blame that for why your relationship fell apart? Let's see. Gabriel's attorney asked the court to strike much of Berry's testimony from the record, calling her comments about the relationship with the family member not relevant, and her account of Aubry's temper either also had no foundation or were in breach of the therapist's client privilege. Now, Gabriel, who's 43, originally filed a legal motion to be recognized as the now 11-year-old Nyla's father in December of 2010, leading to their court battle, and agreed to attend anger management in 2012. A source close to Gabriel has been provoked by Berry, who subjected him to nasty screaming fits. Contrary to the public perception, Halle has a particularly bad temper, and she can really be controlling and vindictive. I honestly though, I can believe that, because she has a reputation for that. She has a reputation for really, having a mean spirit. Berry moved on to date actor Oliver Martinez, who got into a brawl with Gabriel in 2010, leaving Gabriel with a black eye and a swollen face. Yes, I remember that fight. Dude was messed up, man. He really messed that guy up, man. And she probably told Oliver the same things that she is telling the judge. Wouldn't surprise me. Both men blamed the other for starting the fight, but no charges were filed. Berry and Martinez married in July of 2013. Their son, Maceo, was born in October of 2013, and they split 2 years later. Yeah, a lot of Halle Berry's relationships tend to go south. They tend to not work out. And I think it's because she refuses to really work on her own issues. And she tends to want to blame everybody else for why her relationships don't work out. She's able to get away with it because there's a lot of people who may be like Halle Berry, might be older women who go from guy to guy, and they talk about how bad the guy was, but they were with the guy for a number of years. And let me just say this though, Halle, if a guy doesn't like you because of your ethnicity, you pretty much knew that before you even got with him. I'm pretty sure he has dropped hints, probably disrespected the same people who look like you, but you were okay with it because you wanted to be with this European. And now you want us to believe that this guy was just so bad, and you want to claim all these different things that, if you look at the grand scheme of it, really isn't relevant to the situation. It really isn't. But you want to make it relevant to make him look bad. But Halle, that don't make him look bad as much as it makes you look bad, because you were with him for so long and you knew this and you were putting up with this. Now, I want y'all to understand, you got females out there that are saying that just by dating a black man, it's a struggle love, and that you need to exercise your options. They talk about all these issues they've gone through with black men, but they will never point out the fact that there are women like Halle Berry who've gone through a lot worse with men who are not black. But the narrative is that we're just the worst as black men. Why don't you ask Halle Berry that?